Hi folks, TZ Brown here. Getting near the holiday season and I usually make something handmade to give away to my family and friends. So today we're going to make some cold pour soap, the old-fashioned lye type. We're going to use lye from Essential Depot. We're going to use bay rum flavor or scent from Nature's Garden, Kirkland olive oil, lard from the local grocery store, and we're going to use 76% coconut oil. We'll give you a little rundown. I'm not going to give you the ratios. You can find all of that on the internet. I use a site called SoapCalc, which gives you the ratios, and be sure to read all of the safe soap instructions before you try this, because it is caustic. It will hurt you if you don't do it correctly. Okay, we have all of the correct ratios of the 3 oils and lard, or 2 oils and lard in this container. We've heated it up. Usually try to shoot for about 120 degrees on the temperature of this portion of it. And I'll show you the mixed up solution of lye and water, and that I also try to shoot for about 120 degrees on. Safety note on your lye and water mixture: always add your acid to your water, never in the opposite direction. Always pour it slowly and always do it outside, well ventilated, wear safety equipment. This stuff was 180 degrees after I poured the water into it. It's taken about 30 minutes for it to cool down to about 120. The oil pot is still a little bit too warm, and when we get it down to temp, we'll get working on it. Another item here: when you after you get your grease hot, usually it's about 180 or so after everything melts good, reserve about 2 cups of oil into a pan that you have your scent in. I also have some peppermint, ground peppermint, down in the bottom of this. It'll act as a little bit of a scrub. But you're going to want to add this when the mixture turns to a trace, and I'll show you what trace means when we get there. Okay, so we've got our oils down to temp. I have added the lye water mixture into the oils. Pour slowly, don't let it splash, be careful. I use a die grinder in place of a stick mixer. I burn up too many stick mixers. They normally last about 1 batch and then they stop working. The problem with this is you don't want to do it below 0, because the air will freeze water into the air lines and then your mixture stops. So it's usually just before the holidays I have to make soap. You want to keep your mixer submerged and mix slowly at first to get everything kind of mixed. You notice it changes to a bit of a creamy color. Part of the reason it's kind of got a yellow cast to it is the coconut oil that I use has a dye in it, and it gives the soap a kind of a yellowish color or a brownish color at the end. But it works fine. We're going to turn this off. It's going to get loud, and we're going to show you what happens when we get near trace. Okay, we're right at a soft trace area right now. Soft trace means that when you dribble some on the top, it kind of looks creamy. You dribble some on the top and it doesn't go away right away. It kind of stays there and leaves a trace on top. So we're going to mix just a little bit more, and then we're going to add our fragrance. Okay, now you can see when I'm just moving the wand around through here, it's leaving marks on top. So that's right where we want to be when we add the fragrance. Okay, now we've got our fragrance in here, and it's going to get kind of touchy here because we have to mix this up and get it into the molds before it gets too hard to get out of the box. Okay, we've got our mixture inside the house now, and you can see it's gone to hard trace. So we've got to get this into the molds pretty soon. I have a mold I made myself. 3 sections, holds 11 pounds of soap. lined with wax paper right now, which really isn't the best. It should be freezer paper or something. After we get it poured, it's got to be insulated and set for about 12 hours before it'll firmly set the soap. There'll be another chemical reaction happen while it's in the molds, which causes it to harden up. Okay, so we've got our soap in the molds. We're going to wrap our lids with saran wrap, and then we're going to set them on. Okay, now all the lids are installed. It's time to just wrap it up, and we'll wait until tomorrow and see what we get. And here it is, layered with about 3 layers of wool blankets for insulation. And here we are about 16 hours later. We're going to unmold these and let them cool and then cut them. And here we have the 3 loaves unmolded, and got to wait probably 24 hours. They're still a little bit warm, and got to wait about 24 hours for them to get a little stiff before they get to be cut. Okay, and here we are cutting the soap. This is a soap cutter I made out of a piece of Corian countertop. Set it into some 3/4 inch plywood. Cut a slot and put a mark. Now these will be about 3.5 ounce bars. Got a modified saw that I've taken the teeth off and kind of sharpened the edge here. And the way you do it, you put it to your mark. You push down on the blade, as you're hard to do with one hand. That gives you your initial cut on the bar. That's about a 6 ounce bar right there. And then we take the bar and we slice it into half again, and that takes it down to about 3 ounces. Then these bars have to cure for about 30 days before they're safe to use. Otherwise, they're too soft. They're real fragile, and the lye that's in them needs to cure and absorb. But the things smell fantastic and look pretty good. Well, here we have the final product. We've got 88 bars of lavender scent on the left and 78 bars of bay rum scent on the right. They're about 3 ounces each. Some a little more, some a little less. But now we've got to wait for them to dry, normally about 20 to 30 days. Then we'll package, wrap them, and they'll be off for Christmas presents. So, Merry Christmas, everyone.